We want to take a closer look now at the reaction and the protests in the Middle East with Geneive Abdo, a foreign policy analyst with the Century Foundation. Even before this ground offensive, there have been massive protests around the world, including in Egypt, and that's traditionally one of the United States' strongest allies in the region. So how is the Egyptian government being perceived in the Arab world?
Well, the Egyptian government is being perceived among Arabs really as a traitor, not only to the Palestinians, but to the Arab world in general, for a lot of reasons, one of which is that the some Arab societies believe that Egypt sort of gave the green light to Israel. And also because, of course, the Egyptians have closed the border between the Gaza Strip and Egypt, and very little humanitarian aid and very little ambulances, and the medical treatment is very restricted. So a lot of Arabs are really enraged by this because they believe that the Egyptians are not coming to the rescue of the Palestinians, even on a humanitarian level.
Another country that would have a stake in this particular conflict is Iran. And I'm wondering, what do we know about the impact that Iran is having on this conflict?
Well, Iran has had a great impact with both Hamas and Hezbollah for many years, particularly in recent years, as it has become far more powerful in the region. And the Iranians, of course, and they have not been shy at all about the statements that have come from both government officials and the press since this war began in supporting the Palestinians, in saying that, as the head of parliament, Mr. Larijani, said just recently, that Hamas should make a graveyard, that the Palestinians should make a graveyard of the Zionist state, which is how they refer to Israel. So the Iranians are really trying to mobilize the proverbial Arab street against their own governments and, of course, against Israel.
There was a lot of hope, especially in the Arab world, with the election of Barack Obama. Has that changed now?
Martin, it's changed tremendously since he became the Democratic nominee. At that time, across the Arab world, there was great optimism that he was going to change the whole approach that the United States has taken in the Middle East. That, of course, that so-called honeymoon is definitely ended. If you read the Arab press, statements coming from opposition leaders, from commentators, all believe they're very disappointed. And they're particularly disappointed with the appointment of Senator Clinton as the Secretary of State, because they believe that she is very pro-Israel. So they see a lot of signs coming from a new Obama administration that don't look good for the Arab world.
Geneive Abdo of the Century Foundation, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.